We are already a human right. You're talking about health, human right violation. That was a gross human right violation and a misuse of power.
You want to go abroad for treatment?
That was a misuse of power.
Not
going abroad.
Okay.
I will make sure.
And with the block that is working in this country,
ladies
and with the block that is
welcome to the most listening to radio breakfast show in Liberia, the OK Morning Rush, with your presenter Clarence Piso Jackson.
So it's an opportunity again this morning. We are here with the OK Morning Rush. Today is Wednesday. This is the May week presentation of the show. Today is the 20th of August, if you didn't know. And of course, you know, August 24 is Flag Day in Liberia. And it's going to be somewhere around where? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's going to be Saturday, so it's already going to be, a non-working day. Good morning. Thanks to all of you. Welcome to the show this morning. We are here until 10 o'clock this morning. And of course, sitting here, somebody would say between traits and turn, trying to work for our country, do the people's job. Thanks to all of you. Everything you say make the show better, gets us going. Whether criticism, sometimes that's why we laugh. Don't do the praises all the time. Hold us, to account too for some of the things we say and do. Together we make Liberia better. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. If you're not feeling too well, maybe you're admitted at a hospital or a clinic somewhere. We like to say good morning. You will rise up again. It's just for a moment. Okay. We will take a break very shortly, take our sponsor messages, and then we'll come back here and talk about some of the issues. Thanks to all of our mothers and all of you in the different communities attempting to fight the drug. But please, don't do it alone. Get the state actors involved, the state security is involved. Community people alone cannot do it. You got to get the DA involved. You got to get the Liberia National Police involved in the fight against the drug. Yes, we encourage community people to do it, to get involved, but the security people will have to be a part of it. They are the experts. That being said, let's take a break now and join our sponsors. Remember, the beauty of life has never been about whether you are happy or how others can be happy because of you. Reach out to somebody, speak to people. Life is short. It is like a clock. It turns. Okay. My name is Clarence Jackson, man. Just call me Piso. So like I told you, true to our words, this morning, 8:30, two visiting American congressional men will be here. Senator Jack Reed and, of course, Representative Gabriel Felix Kofi Amor of Gabi Amor will be here. They are both from the U.S. state of Rhode Island. They will be here to tell us about their visit to Liberia. I think yesterday they were visiting some historic sites around. Like I told you, Representative Amor, I discovered that he might have a special relationship with Liberia. I will engage him on that. We'll hear more about that. Probably. I'm not sure of that. But from what I saw from the research I've done on him, he could have a slight relationship with Liberia. Okay, so that is it. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. When it's here at OKFM, everything is okay. No one does it better. We'll be back.
Liberia, it's time for a new journey, a journey of power, performance, and reliability. CCAR Motors has rebranded. Welcome to the all-new CFA Mobility Liberia, your trusted provider of world-class vehicles, motorcycles, and trucks. With Toyota, experience, strength, innovation, and adventure like never before. Built for Liberia's toughest roads. You need power and performance? Mitsubishi delivers toughness, efficiency, and performance for every job. And for those who move fast and ride with style, Yamaha Motorcycle provides unbeatable speed, durability, and comfort. At CFA Mobility Liberia, we don't just sell vehicles, we provide expert servicing, genuine parts, and lifetime support to keep you moving. Visit us today and experience the new CFA Mobility Liberia. Same trusted quality, brand new experience.
Things are on me with the emergency. How do I manage again?
Potano, why are you sitting here just talking by yourself?
Julie, I need money quick. I want to go find somebody to credit me. Then I will pay them as soon as I get paid with the more in.
Echo Bank can credit you, but the only thing you have to pay in 1 month, and the good thing, the interest are just 3%.
For you?
Yeah, just go to any Echo Bank branch and you ask for the form to enroll you on their salary advance platform. When they give you the form, you fill it up and you make sure your HR sign it. Then you take that form back to the bank. After you carry it to the bank, they will send you a message to let you know that you're already on the platform. Then you can use the *326# and request for 50% of your salary. Instantly, you will receive it.
Wow, just like that? Bring it to more money, Judy. I'm going to the bank to pick up the phone quick.
Yo, go get the form quick. In less than 1 week, you receive the money. And what I like about it, and they can't even ask you for collateral set.
I'm going there right now. No wasting time, oh.
I'm not saying you must not go there right now. You must make sure you pay the bank money back.
Hey, Judy, that you talking slow, so I will pay back quick so I can credit again. Echo Bank not easy, oh. Echo Bank, the Pan-African Bank.
they go? Where did they find?
Why they ask me that kind of question? Say where they go? Where they go? I they come. You don't hit my car.
You Menju, why you walking and talking all by yourself so?
My sister, the car business are really thinking about so to get car in this country is really not easy. Since I put in for my cars and other goods, it is almost 1 year I can't get anything.
But it says stranger who always asks don't miss their way. Haven't you heard about urban used cars and auto parts?
You mean urban used cars and auto parts?
Yes, urban used cars and auto parts is 100% Liberian-owned business. With urban used cars and auto parts, you can purchase your new cars, used cars, and all cars parts directly from America for an affordable price. Urban used cars and auto parts can also help you ship your parrots, your boxes, containers, and other goods from your relatives abroad within just 4 to 6 weeks.
Wow, this is a good news. Where can I find urban used cars and auto parts?
If you are in Liberia, urban used cars and auto parts is located Fish Market, Tottenham Boulevard, Monrovia, Liberia. And in the USA, 220 10th Street, Brookhaven, Pennsylvania, 19015, United States of America. You can also visit their Facebook page, Urban Used Cars and Auto Parts International, or call cell number +231 887 012218.
Thank you for this information. I am visiting Urban Used Cars and Auto Parts to begin the process of my card and other goods.
Urban Used Cars and Auto Parts. Our goal is to allow Liberians have access to buying things from America without being cheated.
Well, we say many thanks to our sponsors. You too can, do a sponsorship of whatever. You can get your adverts here. You can sponsor the news. You can come to the business office. You can sponsor any of the programs here. We're open for partnership and we're open for business. Brash, controversial, and unafraid to speak his mind, South Africa's Sports Arts and Culture Minister Gayton Mackenzie has been swift to call out racism in others, but he himself has now been branded a racist, a charge he refutes. He is often seen as the lighting role for the frustrations of the country's colored community, as people of mixed heritage are referred to in South Africa's population census. Let's take another one. Can we take something from Sudan? Yes, probably. And then maybe we could go to Nigeria. In Nigerian politics, there has been long and informal understanding. Presidential appointments should carefully balance the country's many ethnic and religious differences. Today, there are concerns that this is being ignored. While the Constitution requires regional representation in cabinet positions, the broader distribution of other prominent roles has traditionally followed a convention aimed at fostering national cohesion. Nigeria's factions divisions have in the past turned the country Africa's most populous nation. Okay, let's come back home. Let's go to our page and recognize some of the people who've joined us on the show this morning. Emmanuel Folkal Tuel says, good morning, Piso, and good morning to the peace-loving people of our motherland, Mama Liberia. He introduces himself and says, I'm following you live from my residence in Nuku Town. This morning, Ma Esther's son says, good morning, following you live from the old road this morning. Abraham Vanning says, he's joining us from Nimba County. Christian Sigbe. The more they betray themselves, thinking they are betraying this man, the more I feel inspired to champion his cause. President George Weah any day and every day. Elizana said, he says, good morning, OKFM. Elton Teddy Kangar is following Alan from RLJ Resort somewhere else. Tipote Joseph, good morning, OK Morning Raj. And good morning to you, Piso. I keep following wonderfully to wake up every morning. Yes, it is by itself a discipline, to wake up every morning just to follow the show. Adama Bafal, he says he's writing from Caldwell. Luther Taylor Cole joins us from Government Camp in Sino County. Danishas Kairi Sigbe, a media expert in communication and a lecturer, is following us. And Sue Setuman is following from the United Arab Emirates. Robert Nodet joins us from the Cotton Tree ABC Mission Community on the RI Highway. Kamune Sharif, all day you're blasting me. I can't recognize you. Today I will do more. Adame Taylor is joining us. She says, good morning, Piso. I'm following. Momo Zoka is joining us from Dupo Road. Brasco Sakor is watching from River G County. Tennyson Toplu is watching from Batnersville Estate. Jai Eddie joins us from Wee District. The Wee of Troko Wepu, Limoga, Joe, and of course Vincent Willie in Grand Bassa. UJ David is joining us from Connect on the Old Road. Omaru Kamara joins us from Batnersville. Prince Call is joining us from Batnersville. Nathaniel T. Asumana join us, and all of you, and etc., and etc., and etc., and all of you, all the others. Thomas Zetia, Royal Jalovic, Alexandra Sami, Stanley Yaka, and all of you who've joined us. We'd like to say good morning. Thanks to all of you for always joining us on the show. It's because of you we are here. So the show with Senator Reid and Representative Amor will take us up to 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, Bomi County Senator and a ranking member of the ECOWAS Parliament, Edwin Melvin Snow, will be here. So the show with the U.S. congressional men, 30 minutes. There will be no time for phone call. We wanted to do it one hour so that you have the opportunity to interact with them. We're told that their schedule is very, very tight, and so they will be here just for 30 minutes, and then they will leave us. And so that is it this morning. Good morning. How are you doing? So if you're not too well, maybe you're sick, wish you well. Our friend, our colleague Rufus, Rufus Francis is not too well. We wish him all of the best. The man hasn't even talked about his Liberian connection yet. My people, David Coty say he and the representative from America, like his first cousin, they related. I don't know how are they related. The man hasn't. I said I discovered something about him in my research on him. The man hasn't said anything. David Coty already said the man that he's man. So the political leader of the Citizens Movement for Change, Representative Musa Belete, says he's not running 2029 as a representative. It's clear. So I know in that district now, former Representative Roger Doma could be bracing up again. All other citizens from that district will be bracing up. The district will begin, to start to see, something new, somebody new, because Belete has said that, and we must hold him by that. Is Belete going to play a role in, I don't want to say recommending somebody. Is he going to play a role in supporting somebody to succeed him in that district? Who could that person be? Could it be Roger Doma or who else? Because I think Belete has made a lasting impact on the lives of the people in our district. From all indications, from the construction of bridges to roads to the provision of safe drinking water, he's done well, and I know the people wish, he did not announce that. The people wish, he contested again 2029, but he has announced that he wants to be president of the country. They didn't say he wants to be president of the country. So he's not going to run in 2029. He's going to let go that position of the representative. So it's obvious. Somebody will take it. Either Roger Doma will come back, depending on whether he's still in touch with the people there, or somebody will take it. Somebody will take it. Musa Belete is very close to the former city mayor of Saklipi, Jeremiah Yangian. And Jeremiah Yangian and Roger Doma, they are from the same town. These guys are from I'll call their home village name because I know the place. They are from. Oh my word! It just slipped out of my mind because I know you pass by their village, then you cross the Big Water and cross on the other side. Especially when you come from the Zion area, when you pass by, I will call their home name. But Roger Doma and Jeremiah Yangian, they are from the same village. I'm bringing Jeremiah Yangian name up because during the George Weah regime, he served Saclipie City as a mayor. Jerry. Okay, they are from Baidoi. Yes, they are from Baidoi. I knew that. Yeah. Jerry Yangia and Musa Belete, they are very close. In fact, Jerry used to be a member of the CDC. I don't know whether he's still there. I don't know whether he's crossed over to Musa Belete CMC. Jeremiah Yangia, very influential business guy in Saclipie. He used to sell gas, very influential. You know, through Senator Johnson, the late Senator Prince Johnson's recommendation, George Weah would not appoint him as a city mayor. He served as a mayor of the city until President Bouaka won the election. Then he had to change him. But then he's an ally of Musa Belete. So his name just popping up. In the event, Belete is now running like he's announced already. What is he going to do? Fold your hands? Or he going to put forth somebody to say, you know what? I am not running, but I trust this guy. Or I trust this lady. If you elect him or her based on, putting him or her foot, I will continue to work for you in the district. I trust this person. Together we'll continue to do those things I say I will do. Or maybe the chiefs and elders in the district will say, you know what, you and Roger Doma got to work together. So saying you're not here again, we want our son Roger back. All these things are possible in politics. But Jerry and Roger, they're supposed to be cousins. They're from Baidoi. They're supposed to be cousins. And so I don't know how. I'm just saying, in the event Belete is thinking about Jerry Yangia, I don't know how it's going to work that way. But Belete, it's clear that he's not contested. And so it's open. It's open. Like in other places, other people were not contesting and it was open. Let's go to the Executive Mansion Facebook page. There is something there about the president. It is posted as early as 27 minutes ago. President Joseph Boakai today held a bilateral meeting on our side. They are ahead. But now it's about 4 p.m. on our side. So when I say today, that today there, they broke their everything. President Boakai today held a bilateral meeting with His Excellency Shajiru Ashaba, Prime Minister of Japan, in Yokohama ahead of the Tokyo International Conference on African Development. The meeting provided an opportunity for both leaders to reaffirm the strong bonds of friendship and cooperation that have existed between Liberia and Japan for more than 6 decades. President Boakai extended heartfelt appreciation to the government and people of Japan for their continued support to Liberia's development, particularly in the areas of infrastructure, food security, health, and capacity building. The Liberian leader recalled Japan's critical assistance during the Ebola and COVID-19 crisis, as well as recent contributions such as the extension of the Japan Freeway, the reconstruction of the Somalia Drive Road project, and emergency food aid that continue to support Liberia's socio-economic stability. He emphasized Liberia's readiness to deepen collaboration with Japan in science, technology, agriculture, and investment promotion, while also welcoming additional Japanese investment in strategic development sectors. On regional matters, President Bouaka highlighted security challenges facing West Africa, including piracy, organized crime, small arms proliferation, and unconstitutional changes of government. He urged greater international partnership to address these threats, though joint strategies that ensure peace, stability, and sustainable development across the region. In his response, Prime Minister Ashibal warmly congratulated Liberia on its election to a non-permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council and reaffirmed Japan's commitment to working closely with Liberia to advance peace, stability, and development. He praised Liberia's active participation in the upcoming Expo 2025 Osaka noting with appreciation the country's efforts to showcase its rich cultural heritage, traditions, and values to the global community. He highlighted that Liberia's presence at the expo represents an important platform for strengthening international partnerships and attracting investment. The Prime Minister further expressed key interest in Liberia's tourism sector, particularly the protection and promotion of its unique biodiversity, including the endangered pygmy hippopotamus, which he described as a valuable symbol of Liberia's natural heritage. He assured that Japan stands ready to cooperate with Liberia in exploring sustainable tourism and environmental conservation initiatives. On maritime cooperation, Prime Minister Ashiba highlighted the long-standing relationship between Japan and the Liberia Ship Registry. He emphasized the registry's important role in global shipping and expressed confidence that this partnership could be expanded for greater mutual benefit. The Prime Minister assured President Boakai that Japan will follow his leadership in supporting Liberia's development priorities, particularly on VRS's agenda. He noted that Liberia's focus on agriculture, roads, rule of law, education, sanitation, and tourism aligns well with Japan's own priorities for cooperation in Africa, and he looked forward to deepening engagement with Liberia in these areas. Both leaders concluded the meeting with a mutual pledge to strengthen the Liberia-Japan partnership through extended cooperation in development, trade, investment, tourism, and international security. Fair enough, diplomacy at the highest level. The leaders are meeting, they are talking. You know, sometimes most of these meetings do not result into instant benefit to the country. It takes time. They're talking about tourism. Japan is interested in tourism. Good for us. I think the president has just signed the law for the the law that will create a tourism agency or authority, whatever. But I know, you know, we're about to set up something exclusively for tourism. And so it's going to be good. When the president returns to the country, the ambassador on tourism or the minister or whatever, you know, they can, the Minister of Foreign Affairs now can engage more in terms of specificity about what actually Japan is interested in as far as tourism is concerned. What do they want for Liberia to do? What can we offer? What do we have? You know, we can tell them we have a lot of potential for tourism. We may not have the capacity, but we have the potential. We have the natural potential for tourism. So you can come, you know. Your private investors can come to Liberia. Companies can come, you know, and the government of Japan can make some investments here. You know, when Liberia won the bid for a seat on the United Nations Security Council as a non-permanent member that will take effect January next year, a lot of people have been asking, and so what? What will it benefit Liberia? Now, there is something particularly taking place. I don't know what a lot of you are observing. And, you know, as a student of diplomacy, I think this is happening because of the seat Liberia has just won. Don't get me wrong. The country I'm about to talk about has always worked with Liberia. It has always made its presence felt in Liberia. But in recent days, if you're following the trend of the events, there are a little bit of changes. They're trying to move. They're trying to move small. Now, watch it. Few months ago, there was an Indian delegation to Liberia. That delegation was a composition of some Indian members of parliament and other people. You remember they came to Liberia, right? They came, they were here, they had discussion, they had changes. Now watch the trend. India is beginning now to provide, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that they didn't do it before. Probably I didn't know about it, but what I know about now is that the one that is coming to life. India is now opening up on probably a larger scale. They are now providing the opportunity for Liberians. Now, whether in the government sector, but I think, yeah, at this stage, more in the government sector. They are now working with government ministries and agencies, providing the opportunity for experts and other employees from government ministries and agencies through the embassy here to go to India for different specialized trainings. These are some of the benefits for the country sitting at the global stage. Because India is aware that it will need Liberia. When Liberia is seated at the Security Council, India have priority issues. They will want Liberia's vote. How do they get Liberia's vote? They must begin to demonstrate that. So what they are doing now, working with Liberian government ministries and agencies and saying, look, in India we have our institutions that are willing to offer this, that, and that. You know, if you can second some of your people, they can go to India for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month. They come back, they train. Just recently, I think 2 staffers from the National Road Fund. They were in India. They came back. The other time, I think people from. But the point I'm making is just follow it. Now, these are the benefits. Maybe it's not going to come into money, but it is a give and take. When you are on that seat, when you are in that room, nations around the world will need your vote, and you will make a case. They need you. You too need them. They have other opportunities in the country that you need, that you want to explore. So when they need your vote, you make your case. These are some of the reasons why it is good to get on the global stage. And I'm happy that no matter what we do, our country is beginning, to get on these global stages, and I think it is good for our country. I will see whether we can talk to the presidential press secretary about the president's engagement, but I see this. President Joseph Boakai has declined on his initial decision to attend the Expo Japan 2020. Days ago, the executive mansion announced President Boakai's departure to attend the Tokyo International Conference on African Development and Expo 2025 in Osaka, Japan. However, the Ministry of Information has confirmed the president's decision not to attend Expo 2025, stating that a Liberian leader will depart Japan upon completion of the Tokyo International Conference on African Development. So I don't know, something. The president said it, something happened. Something. Maybe the president want to come back home, because initially the president is supposed to attend the both. Remember, there are 2 things taking place in Japan: the Expo and the Tika. So the president said, no. I gotta go back home. I will only attend Tika and go back, because the Expo is more unlike a culture festival or a cultural festival. Judy Andy is there, and maybe not cultural ambassador again. I don't know what not coming. I don't know what Kekula Kamara, the cultural ambassador, I don't know whether he's in Japan. But a president got other people that can, I think a cultural thing. He can just take part in a tika and come back home. So ask Kula. But it's good. Now, the regular Centaur radio program is not coming on. This morning, we'll do something unusual. Not unusual, but I didn't announce it. But we'll do something. And I will not give you a list of people to say, these are the people. But I just want you to think out of your head. Out of your head. And I think I will announce it now. Exactly about 10 minutes after 8, I want to gauge your views on the position of Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. Who would you prefer? May his soul rest in peace. Former Minister Grisby, we understand, will be buried in the U.S., I think on the 30th of this month. That's why we are hearing. Who would you prefer as Liberia's next Minister of State for Presidential Affairs? And probably why? Maybe why? Who would you prefer and why? We will do that one 10 minutes after 8, up to 8:30 when our guests come. When our guests will be here, and then will take us up to 9 o'clock. Now, the drug fight. Representative Smo Molova made a very good recommendation. We have spoken about that over the past days. Look, the people who are supposed to be going into different communities and arresting people for drug are supposed to be serious people. To demonstrate that seriousness, the leadership of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency must take a bold step. And I was saying the other day, probably we could see me in the police force. The Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency must take a bold step. Why, if the Director General gave an instruction that every LDA officer must take a drug test, and probably he takes the lead, and then followed by his deputy Gui Pogba and the others there. So the Director General of the Drug Enforcement Agency and all his deputies, they take the drug test, and then all of the officers of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency take the drug test, and we made the report, we made the results public. We want to see something. That way you will be sending a serious message to the public that, Lord, we are serious about this fight to the extent that none of our officers is taking in the substance. We're not going to fight drug and defeat it at once, but we can try. The thing was becoming too visible in our communities. It was becoming too known. It was glaring. It was not a secret anymore. In spite of the tough drug law we got, nobody should tell you our drug law. The amendment to the law makes the law tough. It's a tough drug law. It has become a non-bailable offense now. In the past, you can even import drug into the country in continuum when they arrest you. Somebody can stand for you, they stand for you. Today, that is no longer the case. So we have a stronger drug law now. So the people who are fighting the drug need to tell us. The people who are fighting the drug, they need to tell us. They need to prove to us that they are not involved. But hearing small at our LDA, looking at leadership noise coming there, small. I don't know what's happening. But inside sources telling me there's small noise. I don't know why noise can finish from LDA. I don't know why noise can finish from National Bureau of Concession. Yeah, a few places in the government, small more noise. What can be the cause? You can work there. Hearing about small noise creeping in the DA. So maybe the police, Greg, and Nelson Freeman, and all of you, maybe you need to also take that to the police force. Compulsory drug tests for every police officers, staff memorial, the inspector general, everybody, because we got to prove to everybody that the people who are supposed to be the main people in the drug business, they're not part of it. Yesterday, we were just talking about they say no to drug campaigners, advising them to be united, because people can, the people who are the bad people that are doing it, they can just look for the slightest opportunity to jump between the people or amongst you. Yeah. When Christopher Peter was the officer in charge, a lot of people had thought the president would have appointed him proper. So young guy, but again, the president will always be the president. President is the head of state. I'm also told that the old man are there is very trained. The sub old man. I don't know him. I've never seen him before physically, but I'm told he's trained. I'm told he's one of the best we have around right now. When it comes to drug issues and these things. Is the energy still there like before and all these things? Again, probably he's now on the field fighting. He's an administrator. So that is it. That's what we're going to do this morning. So I'm just thinking about all these things. The LDA, take a bold step. Let all your men start taking drug tests. The police, in the military, I think they do it I think it's a normal thing in the army. To the extent that somebody was even telling me when you go for break, you come back, you got to submit yourself to that test. and all the kind of things to do. That's why we need to start doing, our security people, because now the public perception about you can be so bad. If I were to open a line now, you hear people talking about, oh, the other DA people, they know that the men get a ghetto right here. They can be in the ghetto with the men. But at least you forget too, sometimes the officers can disguise themselves and go to these places to track people down, to find out what they are hearing about a particular place or particular person getting involved in the business, whether it is true. Sometimes it happens. Of course, sometimes people do it for the wrong reason. So that is it this morning. Let's hear from you now until 10 minutes after 8, when we begin to gauge your view on who you think can become Liberia's next Minister of State for Presidential Affairs and why. Why you think so. 0777700995, 0555995995, and the other numbers you can call. Good morning.
Clarence, good morning.
Your voice is sharp this morning. Good morning. What's up?
Yeah, I'm very energized because the breath of life is in me.
Yeah. What man? Pray and pray for a long fellow. You can pray for a life, because when they living, the fellow will grow. Let's hear you.
Sure. Okay. Clarence, my name is Tikbe S. Mato, and the Ponkate boy, 2029, possible candidate for District 6.
District number 6.
District number 6.
So that you may say after. Oh, so this time the people can say they want you to be that your second tell the people say you carry me.
Oh yeah. But
which part of Sarala are you from?
I'm from Tumutu.
Okay, let's hear you. Go ahead.
I'm Tigres Mato, and I call you from Johnsonville this morning. Yeah. Clarence, you raised a lot of issues, but my attention has been tuned to the Nimba County, the analysis that you make on mutability. Clarence, I think at this early age, it's a matter of you creating a political party, meaning you should get in the vanguard of saying you want to rule Liberia. Listen, Liberia is not a joking country, and mutability coming to the presidency 2029. I tell it to be a joke.
1 minute. Do you know what the Constitution says about who can become president of Liberia?
But it's not. The Constitution says, but at this early stage, mutability creating a party, and if he say he can run in Liberia 2029 to become president, it's just a joke. He will be like Kumi took into the political arena. End of the day, the political dream died. I see pathway that
how you say Kumi's political dream has died? When you say political dream died, what do you mean?
Well, Clarence, you are not seeing all what happening to Kumi. You can get Kumi, or you
but Kumi don't have to be all over the place, Mato.
Clarence.
Okay, but thank you, man. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Bureau Clarence.
Yeah.
My name is Mazel Godo. I do join a conversation from two community.
Yeah.
Yeah, before calling the person, person who will be the Minister of State.
No, I beg you. We're not here for that one here. That different thing on, no. Yeah.
Yeah, let's speak on the issue of trust.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. In District 14, the silence of our lawmakers, since the Pope came out with it, say no to George, he keeps silent. We are not here for him, and follow community lawmakers making a position clear. But since this drug issue is everybody has really concerned the district, Kekula Mukakama has not make any statement on it.
When you say you have not heard from him, what do you want him to say? How many lawmakers have made statements about drug fighting in the community, except community people are raising issues? What do you want Muka to say?
We are starting to take the lead, at least to mobilize all of you to go from ghetto to ghetto, because it is not something that it is seen in the community here. It is something that visible. We can see it on a daily basis. We are starting to encourage the young people to go after these people.
What stopped the community people from informing DA and the police to help them to do that too?
We are doing that on numerous occasions, and even now, our complaint is in it. We carry a letter in the commission office now as we're speaking.
Okay. All right. Yeah, go ahead. All right. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. I said thank you because you said thank you. Hello?
Morning, Clarence, Piso, Jack.
Good morning, sir.
And morning to our peace-loving for District 6, Morocco County. This is a man to see our joining this conversation from District 6.
Yeah.
And Clarence, the announcement you made about Nimba County and District 7, and to some extent, it's right, because if you follow back then, right now, District 7, under the stewardship of Honorable Musa, there are a lot of development going on there. So, instead of making somebody or recommending for the people to follow, there's a likelihood that the people might listen to his recommendation, based on whether he and Jerry are. Yes. So that's one point. So on the issue of the judge, and I don't know, and since the revelation from the deputy and at the media press, since then, that's how the internal conflict and the LDA again has intensified. So that's why they're saying on the central government point, the issue of judge fight in be selected.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning, Big Brother Clarence Jackson.
Damn it. All of my callers are so active this morning. Good morning. Let's hear you.
My name is C. Momo Masakwa, and I'm calling you from Coconut Plantation Community.
All right, Momo.
Big Brother Clarence, the issue of drugs is something that the government really has to exert more effort in combating. To me, just as within the community, the national government and come back to the community people are taking action. And their actions can only be backed by government involvement. I think what now the communities themselves are helping to fight drugs, the government needs to exert more force. And by doing so, no drug dealer respect any DA officers. It requires the involvement of the National Army. I think that would be the easier way.
Why are a lot of people calling for the involvement of the AFL in this thing? I think it's becoming a call from a lot of people now.
Yes. Clarence,
why y'all want the army to join?
Because the dealers and the DA officers, they are colleagues, they're boyfriend and girlfriends.
Are you really serious about that? But there are evidence of instances where drug traffickers have been arrested and prosecuted and sentenced and all. You know, in every institution there are bad people, but you know, generally we should not make it look like everybody in the LDA, you know, is aligned with a drug dealer. Everybody's everywhere. There are some people in the LDA that are principle minded. They're straight. They want to fight the drug. Like I said, in every institution you can find bad people. You never know that they're bad until they're caught being bad. You know. But I don't know, but I think the army is supposed to, in the event of emergencies, sometimes the military will move in, but I don't know whether the drugstore reached the level where the AFL should come in. In the case of Ebola, I know the military play a very important role because you know people were moving from one place to another, especially when counties were quarantined. They say nobody should move, but they were trying to prevent people from dying further. So I don't know whether it can apply to this situation of the drug, but this is what we are getting from a lot of Liberians. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning, the Nimba man.
How you doing?
Somebody told me you're not coming by anytime soon. I will call you after the show and tell you why you are in Nimba. I know why you are in Nimba, but go ahead.
If you think that because of CMC, just forget it.
No. You're not in Nimba for political reason. My man, that's not politics. You know, I know why you're in Nimba for. I will let you know. Go ahead.
Clarence, I want to discuss drugs this morning.
Yeah.
I think it is impeding. It has impeded and is impeding our society every day. Now, the problem about drugs is the very people who put in position to fight drugs, they are underpaid. And the very people that are fighting drugs can take drugs from the other ghetto, they carry to the other ghetto to sell them. DA people know dealers. And the worst mistake we are making is to go after the users and not going after the traffickers. And Clarence,
I think the initial effort to go after the user is to just weed the criminals out of the community. And the LDA has issued a statement that community people should avoid doing that. And I agree with that. But I also think if community people wanted to do that, they should get DEA involved. But I think the reason why people are doing that, Eric, is because they want to weed out the criminals. Because when the drug is being taken in the ghettos in the community, the criminal activities are spreading, brother.
my friend was at the Liberia National Police when they carried the community people carried over 50 individuals. Guess what? What were their charges? Do you even have cell to put them in? They have to carry them downstairs, they give them sabu and send them right back.
They say they send them back.
They send them back. My point here is we have to build a treatment and rehabilitation center. Clarence, you build a gigantic treatment and rehabilitation center where you first of all will have voluntary enrollment. At the end of the day, listen, Senator Dillon just saw that girl photo. One of the girls that said, you have seen a photo. He sent a photo of her yesterday and today. He sent people to go and get her. Only a lady was taking her money. What happened to the rest of them? So once you have a very big treatment facility, and you carry all the voluntary enrollment. The morning I said, they won't leave the job and then we still use force to take them there. But I don't care what you do right now. Bring the armfuls of all these people. Where are you carrying them?
Okay, Eric. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Eric. Let's take another call on this other line. Let's take you. Hello?
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning, my friend.
Lorenzo Prince Buga from the Rafi Highway.
Yeah, Buga, let's hear you.
Let me say thanks for taking my call as well. Clarence, I'm one person who also have the belief that we should continue on this this drive that we are on. That is a community engagement. But another way we could do is get the DEA and the LMP involved.
Yeah, that's what I'm encouraging. Community people can't be doing it alone.
They should be issuing ultimatum and telling the community people not to do it. Not to do it would be the wrong thing to do.
Oh, you mean a statement by the DA?
Yes, the best thing they can do is to say, if you're doing it, please let us know that you want to do it so we can get work along with you and the LMP to do it. And I'm also one person who believes that the AFL should also get involved. Clarence, if we can put the AFL outside for a disease that we could not see, Clarence, it means there's a need. We put the AFL outside when we had the issue of the Ebola and I think COVID, if I'm not making a mistake. But again, Clarence, like I said, it was disease that we could not see. We're fighting an unknown enemy. So this time around, if we're fighting an enemy that we know, and yet and still we cannot capture this enemy all by ourselves, that is through the LMP and the LDA, it means we can get the army involved as well that can help us. Okay. Because we trust the strength of the AFL and we know what they are capable of doing.
Thank you, Boga. Thank you, Boga. Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, my name is James D. Cooper, calling from the Jipene Freeway.
Mr. Cooper, what's your take?
Let me first say that if you on the Musa ability first, for Musa, I can never believe Musa.
Okay.
Because in the 2023 election, Musa stated in a quote.
Yeah, he said something about Kumi, that if Kumi loses the election and he won, he will not take a seat.
He will not take a seat and hair will go in his power. Musa is not a person that you trust in politics. Politics, every statement you make as a national person should be respected. So, Musa forgetting about the running as representative, coming to run as president is a show. Do you know that the election law says that any party that does not reach above 10% will not contest the next election? AMC with a collaboration never passed the threshold.
So Musa preparing something for Kumis, eh?
There is a problem. There is a thing that Musa didn't want to say. Let's move forward. The DA was 100% wrong for going against community people. My community I live in, I'm the head against drugs. Nowhere in my community you find drugs ghetto. I don't wait for DA. I complained to DA more than 20 times.
Let me just hold you there, Chief. Do you know that at some level, at some stage, the act that created the DA protects DA officers from doing certain things? For example, when they go in the community, they do certain things, you can hold them for it. But the law could hold you, community people, for doing certain things. For example, if you went to raid drug users in the community and you harm any of them, the law will hold you for harming them. Because that they are taking in drugs and they are not caught in the act, somebody will argue that they've committed no crime. I'm just saying it is a good thing. Community chairman, why if you do it this way? You mobilize your community people to fight, then you involve DA. DA send you few agents to help you to do it.
Piso.
Yeah.
It says if you never got a cut on your legs, you can know how it's painful.
My man,
to take
no, forget about that painful.
I'm
All of us feeling that you, brother.
I'm giving it. We invited DA to our community 20 times.
Okay.
And the DEA themselves leak out information.
I hear people are talking that a lot.
Themselves leak out information to the community, says that the person continue to carry a complaint. In the DA, there is a serious problem. The only person that can solve this problem is the community and AFL. The DA is not trusted.
Okay. A lot of people hold the same view. Let me get one more here. I'll take a final one and then I'll try to see what I can reach out to Press Secretary Kula for final. Good morning.
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning, sir.
This is Yinka, J. Gabriel Yinka. Let me say thanks to the previous callers, and you have to go to hear from Tika, even though I understand the president is already returning today.
Yeah.
You
say he returning today? I thought Tika was supposed to start today.
No, they say he's already returning today because they have conflict.
No, they say he will return after the Tika. That's why the release is saying.
After the Tika, he will not go to the expo, right?
Yeah, he will not go to the expo.
Because they didn't know they had oversight on his schedule, and as a result, they just discovered after he was in Japan that there was this conflict, and as a result, he has to return. Anyway, that's another thing altogether. But I wanted to talk about the drugs. I cannot agree Eric more. And then your last call. Almost everybody in this country, Clarence, you notice nobody has ever spoken in favor of drugs. What does that mean for our public policy framers? What does that mean for the president? It's been over 20 months ago since the president declared drugs as a national health emergency. In other words, he categorized drugs in the same scheme of things as we did with Ebola. So it means for me, breaking out the army will be just as appropriate as we did it during Ebola time. I remember the fastest passage of a budgetary allocation in this country to do anything, as I remember, was on the 53rd when I was a leader, and then we sat down in a matter of minutes, we passed millions of dollars to fight Ebola. I like to see the same kind of action being taken. We're buying rain boots for army people in this town to fight Ebola. And the drugs, like somebody said, the drug is even more devastating than Ebola. Right? So we need to put the army out. More than 26, there are not any, but somebody said that I want to agree. You can build gigantic treatment centers and every said. This is why I slightly disagree. You guys going almost 99%. But Clarence, if you don't stop the leakage of the bucket and you keep putting water in it, you are not serious.
Okay.
I always say we have to go to the source. We have to cut the supply line, then we deal with the residue within the territorial confines of Liberia. When you are arresting people taking drugs, and then the traffickers, the dealers, the barons, as they're doing their trade successfully, where are you going? Nowhere. You're just in a vicious cycle.
Thank you.
Not going to,
Thank you, Yinka.
Let's cut that supply line. Let's
Thank you.
some GA people, the official government who are involved in drug trafficking, right? We know that under Ellen, we saw EPS bringing drugs in the president's conference. So it's not the first time.
Okay,
So
Yinka. Thank you. Thank you. We'll hold you there. Let's take the final call right here, Gabriel. Hello?
Good morning, Mr. Jackson.
Good morning. Good morning.
Let me say good morning to your audience.
My name is Anthony Benedicius Roberts II, and I'm calling you this morning from Morovia.
The dollar sign.
Yes, thank you, Piso. So, Piso, my attention is just to your proposal of the LDEA to institute a model for testing. I believe, Clarence, the administrators at that institution needed to do that long before.
Yeah.
Because the issue of drugs is very consequential, Clarence. Before you enter the DEA, you must do a drugs testing, employment or contractual services. So the year now that we got to call LDEA or employees to go do tests, I think it's a waste of time because we need to tackle the issue of drugs. We need to fight the issue of drugs now. Taking the people from the field to do tests, we'll be lagging behind. And lastly, Clarence, I'm concerned about everybody's attention to fighting drugs. Drugs is not the only threat to our society. Years back, whenever you hear about gay activities and lesbian, everybody was concerned.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when Archie Pompon and one Camara, I used to be on Power Television then, took on the fight and everybody was against them. But today, our mothers and our fathers go quiet about the issue of gay and lesbian activities, which is a major threat. Today it's in the church. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? Yeah. Our brothers and sisters are going to be raped secretly. So this is another threat. I'm calling on all mothers and fighters, the same way they stood against drugs, let us stay against lesbian, gay, and transgender activities in our country. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anthony Roberts. Thank you. With that call from Tony Roberts, we will hold it right here and spin in Liberian music as we try to get in touch with presidential spokesperson Kula Bonafofana. Oh, this is a song by Princess Fatou Gavler, something of the 80s. Let's go this way. We are still with Fatou, but let's take this one. Okay, so I have decided to postpone that edition that had to do with gauging your opinions on possible minister of state. I will suspend it for now. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Yeah, let's suspend it for now. Okay. So coming up shortly, we want to reach out to Japan. Hear from the presidential spokesperson about engagements the president have had. What's going to happen? So we will wait and see. Around 2027, 28, whether Musa will not summon such. Okay, we'll leave here to go to Nimba before we talk to Kura Fofana. Our correspondent Franklin Delocui is reporting that traditional leaders in Nimba County have gotten into trouble for attending Musa Belete's CMC program in Sanikole over the weekend. We'll hear from Franklin. What trouble are they in? Who's troubling them? This is the OK Morning Rush. It's on 99.5. 8:30. Senator Jack Reed and Representative Gabby Amor will be right here on the show. Two members of the U.S. Congress. Okay, but let me bring down this music. We'll go to Saklepi, Ganta, or Sanikolo, wherever Franklin is, to talk to our man Franklin Ajaziria, OKFM Dolokui. Franklin, good morning.
Thank you very much, Clarence. Good morning.
Good morning, Franklin. You're signing too energetic this morning. Where are you? You're in Blay, you're in Blolewi, or you're in Zikepa or Kai? Where are you?
No, currently in Sanikole. I came from Lugbai and Blolewi yesterday. I've gone there to see the real condition of the road being carried out by Arsenal Meta. So I'm going to talk with the citizens.
You come from Lugbai?
Yeah, I went Blolewi and Lugbai.
Lugbai is the hometown of former Representative Joseph Nyansonwabe. And guess what, Franklin? I have a bad memory about Lugbai. In Lugbai, one time I went to play a game there. It was a school game. I was then playing for Paul D. Howard School. They were leading the man, and the man said when they not redeemed, that game can be the referee will not put the game off. And I think my phone got sprung in Lugbai. I remember
that's the first school I attended when I was in that school is in Kianfoli, called Paul D. Howard.
Paul D. Howard Elementary School. Franklin, you were a little kid, man, coming up. Chinkins can be talking about that, not you, Franklin. Yeah, but Franklin, let's hear. You said the traditional leaders are in trouble in Nimba. What's going on?
So, of recent, they have gone to attend the CMC program where maybe the Musa Bilete have gone to create the occasion, but it was a very huge turnout. At that identical ceremony, the chief and elder for the country, they are openly come out to welcome Musa Hassan Bilete and his team. On ground they are the chief from the country, so even though they are not in support of the political party, but they have the right to welcome chief because Musa too from Nimba County, and they take Musa to be their son. It was based on that the chief and elder requested that even though honorability you hear with your ANC party, but with the chief and elder in the country, we have been facing a lot of problem when it comes to or mobility. We don't have vehicle or even motorbike to move from one place to another. This is the second request being made by the chief and elder in the country of recent when Arsenal Meta was celebrating her 20th anniversary in Jikepa. The chief and elder also came out openly to request or to ask Arsenal Meta for a vehicle. So similar thing was carried out here in the country, but their report that the county administration headed by the superintendent, Madam Mepe Golo and Daniel Zekpe, and the list go on. They are demanding the chief and elder to go on the radio to open a apologize that they are not supporting Musa Blade. But the chief and elder, when I spoke with them, they said no, they will not go on radio to apologize to no one. So that's a written rule.
Who's heading the chief and elders that spoke at Musa Blade program? Who spoke for them? Is Franklin gone? Oh no, we should get Franklin back. We need to get Franklin back. If Franklin is gone, we need to get him back. Franklin, we need to get you back. Okay, Franklin is back. Franklin, I was asking who spoke, who was a spokesperson for the chiefs and elders at that program?
Well, his name is Say Papa. Say Papa, he's the one headed the chief and elder. Old man Rawat Sene have been suspended by the chief and by the Internal Affairs Minister for him to. I spoke with Old man Sene. Old man Sene said they are being a soft airport here in Senegal, and the superintendent have gone there to take that land by force, and he rejected that request to take that land to give it for government to use to carry on the construction of the work. So it was based on that the Internal Affairs, the superintendent brought chief and elder and they expressed vote of no confidence in Chief Rawat Senate. So Rawat Senate is claiming that it was based on that they suspended him. But when I spoke with the superintendent, the superintendent refused to even comment on this identical issue.
No.
But for Musa Blake,
that's what I was coming to. So you're hearing that the superintendent is trying to coerce the chiefs, to go to apologize. Have you reached out to her to find out whether there's any truth in it?
On several occasions, even yesterday, when the officer said the superintendent was busy, even when I placed a call that she hardly answered. When I sent her, she don't answer. The superintendent have 2 million police here in Nimba.
It's okay. That one is
you can see it then.
It's okay. But so you reached out to her, right?
Yeah, I reached out to her, but she refused to comment on the issue.
Okay, but has any of the chiefs come publicly to say that people are trying to coerce us to apologize, but we will now apologize, or they're just telling you, the journalists, secretly?
Yeah, this is what they said yesterday when I engaged in Senate. What they said. But for Ganta, one of the chiefs that came, but he was not at the program. He the one went and apologized on behalf of the chief, and the chief said no, he don't have. He was not. He did not attend the program.
The person who apologized went on the radio.
Yeah, the person apologized. He did not attend the program.
Who is he?
His name is one Kolunko Zoom. So the chief said no, Kolongo tried to he engage in the people so he can put his name on payroll. He is not a chief, so he's not part of us. We not count to apologize to no one.
Okay, Franklin.
So that's a demand from the chief and elder in the county.
Okay, Franklin Dolokwi, thank you so much. Franklin Dolokwi there is our Nimba County correspondent. You heard him there. He said he's reached out to he has reached out to the superintendent via telephone and text messages. She's not responding. We hope she can respond. I will attempt to send her a message so that we hear that. Well, I think I have Presidential Press Secretary Kula Fofana on this line. Madam Press Secretary, good morning there from Japan. I should be in the afternoon on that side.
Yes, it's early evening here. It's around 5:15 p.m. here, 5:14 p.m. here.
Okay, how are you? How's everything?
We're working very hard. I'm tired. I'm sure you can hear my voice, but everything is good. The time difference here is killing our energy, but yes, it's cool. Going is good, and we're doing our part.
Okay.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you, Kula, when it comes. Yeah, so but tell us exactly what's been the president's engagements today. For example, I was just reading a story from the Executive Mansion website that a press statement that he met with the Prime Minister of Japan. You want to expand more on that meeting and what else did he do? Where else did he go?
Correct. As we speak, the engagements are still on. The president is currently in the meeting. The official ceremony of the TCAT is on as we speak. Yes, the president had an engagement this morning with the Prime Minister of Japan. There was a bilateral where both from the Japanese side and the Liberian side, Liberia and Japan have had this relationship for more than 6 decades now. And Japan has been there in supporting Liberia. And Liberia has also supported Japan sometimes in different engagement with the UN voting for Japan's interests, likewise Liberia's interests. So that meeting, the president did thank the Prime Minister for their support, even during our Ebola time where Liberia received support from Japan, also our ongoing food support, but also more importantly, the infrastructure project, such as the Japanese highway that from Red Light to Freeport, they help, build, as well as the recent agreement that was signed. The president did express his appreciation for that to take the road from the Gibraltar Bridge to the Freeport, something that's going to start very soon, and express the need for Japan investment, because the president do believe that with private sector investment, that's where, we'll be able to create more jobs opportunities for people, young people, and people who are active. And the meeting was really enriching. And then the Prime Minister, interestingly, knows a lot about Liberia, talked about his support. He's willing, with the president's lead, to support Liberia's development interests and following the president and whatever they can do to be able to support Liberia. He also congratulated Liberia on the win for the UN Security Council seat, the non-permanent seats that Liberia won, and that he's looking forward to Liberia's leadership for the Common Africa position. Because, in these kinds of institutions, countries work in bloc, and Japan is also a strong member of the Asian bloc. And he's looking forward to seeing how he can support Liberia in terms of supporting the Common Africa position when it comes to peace and security in the region. He also mentioned in terms of maritime that lots of ships that is flying the Liberian flag and the need for working, collaboratively in that. He talked a lot about our tourism. For example, he mentioned that they've realized that the pygmy hippopotamus that's unique to Liberia, that from the tourism perspective, that they're looking forward to working with us on the tourism industry. And just, it was a really enriching meeting from both sides, I would say.
Okay. Now the official ceremony for the TCAT is going on. Is the president going to have or hold any other bilateral today, or whatever, do you know?
So he's going to be speaking. So earlier, after the meeting, the officials of the government, for example, you had the foreign minister, the finance minister, the energy minister, all had a meeting with the IFC. IFC is the parent institution of the World Bank, and there are lots of commitment and conversation around our energy sector, but also our mineral development and how the bank can help Liberia in strengthening that sector. So after that, the official ceremony got on the way. The president is currently attending, and he's going to be speaking later on at the forum to talk on peace, our role and goal with the peace and security bid, what we're doing, and what support that can be garnered for that. He's going to be making the remarks on the peace and stability of the region, especially as someone or as the country who's going to be leading this charge on the non-permanent seat of the Security Council. And one of the other things earlier on was talked about, in fact, and this has been the president's position, and as well as the foreign ministries, that is re-looking at institutions like the United Nations to really see how there can be, besides being a non-permanent seat, there needs to be a permanent seat for the African bloc. Is something that Japan is willing to support Liberia and the African community.
Now, thank you, Kula. I gotta let you go because I'll soon get my guest. Initially, the president should have attended both the Expo 20 and TCAT. I was just reading another statement, even though I've not seen that one on the mansion website. Probably maybe I let my eyes off it. But the statement is saying that His Excellency the President will return to the country right after the TCAT. Anything change?
Well, I don't know why people sensationalize things, but nothing has changed. If you read the press release that we released prior to the president's coming to Japan, it was really very clear. Just read, I think, the second paragraph. I don't have the press release with me now. It tells you exactly when the president is coming and when he's leaving. The departure date from here was stated for the 23rd. Nothing has changed. There's not new information. And the TCAT, the CAT starts, it ends on the 22nd. The president and delegation leaves on the 23rd. It was very clear. For the Osaka, which is going to be the expo, the other members of the delegation who were scheduled to be there will move forward, because the thing with where we are is a distance from one city to the other. So it's not a new information. I don't know where the new energy came from that the president is cutting his trip short, or the president would not attend. He was never scheduled to attend from the get-go. The Minister of State, without portfolio, Honorable Sam Steve Kuya, will represent the president in Osaka. It was a very clear. So if you go back to the executive mansion, the press release that had the list of the officials who accompanied the president. You will see it there that the president, the timeline for the visit was from so and so. It ends on the 23rd. So this one is not a new information.
Did you release any statement that the president will return right after the TICA?
We only released one statement of this visit. And if you go back, let me see if I can really quickly. I know you got your guests coming up.
No, anyway, I think that one. I think the one I read the morning was from the Ministry of Information. I think so. Okay, I got it.
If you look to the bottom of it,
what going on, Kula? You looking for Sonny?
If you go to the bottom of the press release, we normally state that the president will return immediately after his engagement.
Okay. So I was just thinking if the first press release said the president would have returned.
No, can you hear me? No.
I'm hearing you.
I'm very. Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you. Somebody obstructing you. Somebody talking in your ear or what? Somebody. I don't know.
Okay.
But it's okay, Kula. Thank you, Kula. Thank you so much. Thank you. Presidential Press Secretary Kula Fofana. I wanted to keep the conversation, but I don't know, somebody telling her something or whatever it is telling. I wanted to know because if the executive mansion had issued that statement that Kula said was very clear that the president will not turn that expo, still Kuya will go there. You know, why the Ministry of Information had to issue statement like president coming back. When the first statement already said the president. The first statement already said when exactly is the president coming back. They should not have issued another statement to make it look like even though the president's supposed to go here, but no, he will come back right after they won. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway. Okay, our guests are already around our compound. Thanks to the press secretary. So the president will speak this morning and they will basically focus on peace and security. And Japan says it is ready, but this I think it has been a long year thing for the African bloc to come together and say and maybe fight for or demand a seat as a permanent member. I want to see it. The body will I agree. The powerful body will I agree. America, Russia, France, or China, the men, but yeah. Okay, so I think this is Kula's initial statement. Not Kula's statement, but statement from the Executive Mansion. The Executive Mansion, Memorial, Liberia. Thanks to my colleague Julius, who just sent it to me. President Joseph Numa Boakai will depart the country on Saturday, August 16, 2025 to attend the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development, scheduled for August 16 to the 23 in Yokohama, Japan, and Expo 2025 in Osaka, also in Japan. Kula, no, you not Kula, you don't say the truth. No, Kula, no. Kula, you not say the truth. Kula, they want you not say the truth. They not say the truth. Some kind of pressure on the president is coming back to the country because of some kind of pressure. But the statement is clear. Kula not say the truth. They want you, my sister, you goof. Kula, you goof on the one. Because the statement is clear. President Joseph Numa Boakai will depart the country on Saturday, August 16 to attend the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development, TICA 9, scheduled for August 16 to the 23 in Yokohama, Japan, and Expo 2025 in Osaka, also in Japan. So the president is supposed to go from the other city to the other city. That's your own statement saying it. So you should just be honest and say the truth instead of just trying to, put a spin on it. The thing is clear. The thing is clear, Kula. You people have earlier said the president will attend these two things. So if the president is coming back, something changed. But anyway, we it's a good thing for the president to come back. But I think the pressure on too much. Kula said I forget that I can't send a statement to her. I said, but this is a statement, and the statement is clear. The statement is clear that the president would have participated in the two things in the two cities. How come now? I've been waiting my guest. They will soon be here. I'm awaiting my guest. They will soon be here. I'm awaiting my guest. My guest will soon be here. Oh yeah. Cool. The presidential president didn't say the truth. The government need to be honest. You see, when you're not honest, then you leave more room for speculation. The statement is very clear that President Joseph Boakai was going to go to Yokohama and attend TICA, and he was going to go to Osaka to attend the expo. So if he's sending a minister of state of our portfolio, he coming back? No, nothing. So just tell all the truth, say the president should have gone there. But he ain't going again, he coming back. But don't say in my statement we didn't say anything. The president only sort of come here and come back. No, that's true. Something happened. We help the president. It is our responsibility to always help these presidents. Our guests will come in shortly.